Hi everyone, this is our Christ Church Pietermaritzburg official statement regarding the National Disaster Declaration with regards to the coronavirus. In light of our President's national address, the church leadership will suspend Sunday church services with immediate effect to limit physical contact and prevent the possible transmission of the coronavirus. We value the physical and spiritual health of everyone, and it is important to show respect to our President and those in authority. However, it is vital that we remain connected as a church community during this pandemic, so we will be using the internet to provide Sunday messages. We are grateful for the providential usefulness of technology and encourage everyone to use it as effectively as possible. We'll do our best to keep you informed. We urge you to pray for our country's leaders, especially the health ministry portfolio, as they seek to manage this crisis and care for those infected. Let's show Christian love and compassion during this crisis time. Thank you. In light of our official statement, here are details with regards to our church during this international and national crisis regarding the coronavirus threat. With the suspension of our Sunday church gatherings until further notice, please take note of the following important information. To ensure that we remain connected as a Christian community, in spite of us not being able to meet together as we normally do on Sundays, I trust that we'll have your support with regards to steps our leadership has taken to minimize the risk of the coronavirus's spread. Of particular concern are those who are immune compromised and those who are over 70 years old, as they appear to be most at risk. Out of concern for these people's health and well-being, we suggest that they limit their social engagement to protect themselves. Our decisions about church life have been shaped by a deep concern for others, and in this regard, we urge you to practice social distancing as a means to limit the spread of the virus. In light of the latest developments, here are some additional directions for our church life, how we plan to maintain connection with each other as the Christ Church family during this crisis time. Firstly, off-site Sunday church for children and adults. We will pre-record a Sunday message on the Easter theme and upload it onto our church website for you to listen to each Sunday. We strongly urge you to keep your normal church routine time and to share around God's Word in various smaller contexts. You may wish to meet as a little family in your home, or you may like to gather as a little growth group, or you may even meet with a few others to listen to the message. Each Sunday for the next 4 Sundays, until after Easter, we will record messages from God's Word together with a prayer and a Bible reading. There will also be a package on the website for children so that they can be taught God's Word age appropriate. This also creates an opportunity for ministry participation. We strongly urge you not to skip church, but rather capitalize on this unique opportunity to share together around God's Word. But while doing so, please ensure that you exercise caution in consideration of one another's health. To quote our presiding bishop, Glenn Lyons, about our gatherings, in keeping with the government instructions, all large church services, Easter events, outreaches, conferences and seminars are to be cancelled or postponed till restrictions are lifted. Although the regulations prohibit gatherings of 100 or more, we encourage all local churches to keep to the spirit of the law and refrain from convening any big assemblies of people. We particularly ask you to suspend high-risk groups such as seniors' Bible studies and children's groups. He further comments on our Sunday services, and I quote, "Our large churches have suspended all Sunday meetings and moved to online broadcasts. Best practice would be to encourage families, small groups and fellowship groups to meet in homes with due hygiene cautions and watch their church's live stream or uploaded service for that week." End quote. We recognize that many older folk among us may not have technology available, so we're going to try our best to make Sunday messages scripts available to read where limitations of technology exist. We'll also try to keep in touch telephonically. The church offices will remain open to the pastoral staff can be contacted on site for any pastoral needs that may arise. Secondly, regarding growth groups. We'd encourage growth groups to keep meeting, especially on Sundays in homes. The formal Bible studies have ended, but this doesn't mean that midweek meetings cannot be continued to compensate for the fellowship that will be missing on Sundays. Thirdly, men for the master. The church leadership has decided these Friday morning meetings be suspended with immediate effect. Please spread the word to the men who attend. Fourthly, our Easter 2020 celebrations. Easter is still a few weeks away, but will fall into the restricted time frame. There will also be online Good Friday as well as Easter Sunday messages recorded and uploaded to ensure that you can celebrate Christ's death and resurrection. The national disaster declared will last for 3 months, so at this stage we don't know whether the restrictions will be lifted after Easter. We'll keep you updated with any developing news. And lastly, financial stewardship. To once again quote our presiding bishop on the matter of finances, he says, and I quote, "We understand that much of our income derives from our gatherings, and therefore we must encourage our members to maintain their tithing and giving commitments over this crisis time. Please encourage people to use EFTs and other electronic means. Other options are using volunteers to collect tithes and offerings, organize drop-off points." I end quote. For those who will give financially on the Sunday offering bags, we suggest you either switch to an electronic transfer means or keep what you would give normally or usually and save it until we next meet. This will obviate unnecessary strain on our church finances. And finally, we trust that this will help you to know what will happen during this crisis time in our country regarding our church life. Please pray that God would give leaders wisdom, that everybody will act responsibly and sensibly, and that in God's mercy, He would spare us the needless loss of life. This is a message from Christ Church Pietermaritzburg, the church pastoral staff and church leadership. I thank you.